Hello, Global Study students, and happy Monday. Today we are going to finish steps 7 and 8 on your Cold War note sheet. So last Friday we should have ended by writing a brief reflection on our Berlin Wall photos, and today we are going to talk about the next event of the Cold War that we'll look at in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, the Cuban Missile Crisis was the closest the United States and the Soviet Union ever came to having a direct conflict in the form of a nuclear war. All right, so again, during the Cold War, that was a time period where there was lots of words and threats of action, but there wasn't a whole lot of direct fighting, and actually really no direct fighting between the United States and Soviet Union. But this event in the Cuban Missile Crisis was the closest that the U.S. and the Soviet Union ever came to directly fighting one another. And again, the method of which they would have fought would have probably been the form of a nuclear war. So a very scary time in the U.S. and a very scary time in the world as well. So what you're going to do today is complete step 7. All right, step 7, you are going to take down 3 notes here on slide 10. All right, slide 11 is going to be an image of how close these nuclear missiles that got transported to Cuba were to the United States. And you can see that virtually anywhere in North America, from all the way from Mexico City up to Seattle and New York, were basically under a potential threat from these missiles that were located in Cuba. All right, then when you go to slide 12, you will get your last 3 notes on the Cuban Missile Crisis. All right, so make sure you copy those notes down both on slide 10 and slide 12. Then for step 8, what you're going to do is take a look at this political cartoon on the top right. All right, you're also going to want to watch this video here, all right, where it says watch video, and then there's a YouTube link for you to follow for a news presentation on a little bit more detail on what the Cuban Missile Crisis was and how people felt about it at the time. All right, once you've watched that video and taken a look at this cartoon, as some of you may have noticed, it is in my classroom. What you're going to do is decide to, how would you describe this cartoon? So that's what we would like you to do. The cartoon in the top right on slide 12 shows President John F. Kennedy arm wrestling with Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev as they are both sitting on top of atomic bombs. And you can kind of take a look and notice that both of their fingers are right over the launch button on those bombs. All right, so once you've watched the Cuban Missile Crisis video clip, we'd like you to explain what you think the meaning of this political cartoon might be. What might the symbolism behind that cartoon be as well? So try and answer that in about 5 sentences. Do your best so that we can discuss it in class. That's all you need to do for today. Have a great Monday. So once again, we are just completing the note sheet, which would be steps 7 and 8. And when you finish this, you should work on your study guide for the Russia test. Have a great day, have a great week, and we will see you all on Zoom or in the classroom.